Okay, time for disc two. Oh, I gotta do the thumbnail. Let's do a thumbnail. Everyone was cracking up. We'll do like that. Like that. Disc two. How do we want to do it? No, let's do sideways. How about deuces? No, I don't know. I don't know. One of those will be this thumbnail. Everyone's cracking up about yesterday's thumbnail, looking like I sell potions. It's just funny. I did peruse the internet briefly yesterday, and you'll be shocked, you guys, shocked that a brand new album has some people saying it's album of the year, some people saying it's trash, some people saying it's amazing, some people saying it's forgettable. Shocking, right? Every Friday, just another Friday, another new album out, and all these different opinions. One thing I found interesting is people are getting upset about what are the lines, a dick in the booty type person or whatever. You know, that whole section off of, what song was that? I think it's Safety. Yeah, it was Safety. And I feel like people are missing the point. Kind of feels like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers all over again. Anti-Diaries, you know, Kendrick saying F slur, F slur, F slur. We didn't know no better. We were just kids. And people are all upset because he's saying the F slur. But that's the point. Like, the point of the story of what J. Cole is talking about in Safety is this friend who died, and he wishes he could apologize to him, but he can't because they're dead. And he feels badly that he allowed his own homophobia to push this person away instead of be there for him, and he let him down, and I wish I could apologize. That's the whole point. And so the way I hear it is he's just saying, you know, he's owning his own homophobia, and he's putting it on display of, I was fucking wrong for being that way. And then two, you know, when it comes to racism or homophobia or whatever, right? Like, it isn't people who are like that. It isn't something that you just tell them, okay, stop doing that. And then they go, oh, okay. And then they stop. No, it takes time. For people who truly think that way, it takes time to shift their brain and actually become not those things. Anyway, that's my take on it. I wasn't too worried about it. To me, it felt like just Anti-Diaries, what Kendrick did, you know. I like that J. Cole is owning his flaws. It's an important thing to do. If you don't own your flaw, you can never correct it or live with it or whatever. Well, it doesn't really make sense in this context. You can't improve yourself as a person. Anyway, so let's recap. Disc 1. I'm very happy that I have approached this as in two different sessions. I listened to Disc 1 a lot. I think I got a good 4 or 5 more listens yesterday. Really enjoy it. But let's kind of recap where we are. Disc 1, Disc 29, the 29-year-old perspective. We got the girl who he thought, you know, the one that got away, but then actually towards the end gets with her again. Got that whole story about the let out and getting shot at and somebody getting pissed off at him at the club, and he's saying that's a true story. You know, the friend that he let down, the person that was like trying to hit him up and he's not getting back to him, but then when he does call him, there's no answer. You know, just different little things. And I feel like it's been pretty impressive. Oh, who the fuck is you? And addressing ego a bit. But one thing I was thinking about last night, I was listening to it more, the first disc, is I feel like all of these different stories are also kind of like metaphors in a way. And it's funny how sometimes events in life on like a micro scale are just like perfect translations for just life in general. You know, the last song, Lonely at the Top, it's listed as a bonus, but it kind of makes sense in the context of what we're dealing with in the first album, because if this is the 29-year-old perspective, that was something else too. I forgot that this was the 29-year-old perspective on the first half. And so the girl that got away, I was like, oh, that doesn't make any sense to me because I thought he's married and has kids. Well, obviously, towards the end, we learn that he gets back with her, but obviously, you know, this is just earlier. But this Lonely at the Top song, this idea of, I don't want to fall off. I feel like I've got nobody to look up to. I'm not inspired, like I'm at the top of my game, and having this perspective of, oh, shit, now I'm going to fall off. But really not so much worried about the fall off, but the worry of losing the passion, losing the love of making music and stuff like that. And so it puts a consideration of, how am I going to approach the end of my career? So now we'll drop into the 39-year-old perspective. Disc 2, I'm going to just call them tracks 1 through 12. That's how Spotify has it listed, 1 through 12. This half is a little bit longer than the first half. It's got some longer songs and an additional, well, actually, no. They both have 12 songs. A little bit longer on this half. Yesterday's video was pretty long. That was fine. I'll just try not to yap so much, but I probably will. Honestly, I've been really enjoying it, but let's get into it. Track 1, disc 2, 39 intro. Coleman, J. Cole, T-Minus, Finals, Bill of Joints, Wu-Ten, FNZ. Lots of producers on this one. Dropping into disc 2 of The Fall Off. Here we go. 39 intro.
A spaceship lands on Mars, halfway to the stars, halfway to the stars.
Halfway to the stars.
I wanna be where you are. It seems we're worlds apart. It seems we're worlds apart. Once in a while I feel myself drifting off to somewhere.
I'm assuming this is about the girl.
Maybe it'll always be like that.
But it could be about hip hop. Could be about his career. Probably the girl. Another thing I'm thinking about during this opener of part 2 is like, he feels off in a different world. I wonder if he's away from the girl. Like, it could be both. It feels like he's there with her and I don't want to leave. I'm going to stay with you. But also it just feels like maybe he's thinking about her because he is far away, talking about being in Mars and all this stuff. Who knows? But a very kind of melancholy song. So that with the idea of being with the girl at the present moment is a little confusing, maybe. I don't know. I'm overthinking already. 2 minutes in, already overthinking. We'll see where this goes. I'm very curious to see where this goes. There we go. Cool guitar sound. Not reading ahead. Not reading ahead.
Fuck what you heard, bitch. Fuck what you
I wonder if this is a reference to a song. I don't know. No, I don't know.
Fuck what you heard, bitch. Fuck what you heard. Never in my life did I think I'd see the day that niggas wanna play with my name, but okay. I'm going back in. I'm going back in. Let me go back in. Niggas act like they don't know you gotta show.
I'm gonna pause right here. I know we're about to drop into the verse. But didn't he say something about like this? You got to show them. What was that from? So the annotation is saying sometimes you got to pop out and show people. Kendrick Lamar, not like us. This is definitely a reference to that line. I don't know if I agree. I remember seeing. What the hell was it? It was J. Cole, and it's some live performance, and he's talking about how people be acting like you ain't the person. You just did it, but they act like you ain't that person, even though you just did the thing they said you ain't doing, but you just did. He has this whole speech, and I don't remember where the hell I saw it from, but it's a live show. It's J. Cole. So I feel like he's referencing that. I don't think it could be both. It could be the Kendrick thing too. But when I saw that line, when people act like they don't know, you got to show them, I immediately thought of that live show where he's talking about, and I don't remember what song it is, what performance it is. So good luck, internet detectives. You guys will find it. You're good at that shit. But that's what I'm thinking of. Is like, okay, I just got to show them, I guess. Again, even though I just showed them, I got to show them. I don't think it's specific to Kendrick and Not Like Us.
I'm pleased to report after many attempts I climbed out from the mouth of the gritty abyss. The answer, I'm an idiot, who idiot is this? My mind frame is betrayed with NVIDIA chips. My rhymes are like shrines for the city I miss. Ripping time, I found beauty in the hideousness. My tongue can set fire to some, inspire the young, or put a hickey on the titty of the prettiest bitch. I'm number one, you getting the gist. Anything, Lord, you better reconsider your list. Play my song when I'm gone, I'ma still be a myth. Even God gon' wonder how the fuck did he exist. I mean, could he have just slipped through the cracks? Ain't let a nigga into heaven, so I went through the back. And when I entered, I saw an old friend that I dapped. He said, please, nigga, keep one of the infinite raps. Okay, I flip on tracks, long as the beat is on fire. My grip on rap, stronger than needle nose pliers. So kick on back and enjoy the fresh sound. The best round of black, getting rich off rap. I'm from the town where they zip off packs. We never seen trampoline, but a brick you can flip off that. Well, damn, try to compete, but they just fall flat. A lot of these weak niggas peak, I lift off fat. I never hold your breath for the pros. I profess cold, a goat fresh like a juice that's cold pressed.
God, he's just rolling right through this shit.
Rap niggas gotta be involved with post dress. They don't compare, they're more like Kotex. I'm dropping niggas off at the door like coat checks, whole check. I told you they ain't ready to hoop. Them niggas regular, I'm 93 and let it the truth. Hard out the booth, now I'm looking for my little Betty Boo. Cute, pardon me, shawty, I've been out of the loop. Too many lies to refute, but I gotta rebuke. They try and put my neck inside of a noose, it's not happening.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. J. Cole can rap. J. Cole can rap. It don't matter if you like him or not. If you don't think J. Cole can rap, you're just fucking wrong. That's all there is to it. Wrong. Interesting song, you know, with the beginning the way it is. It's floaty, kind of melancholy, talking about I'm feeling like I'm floating away, I'm halfway to Mars, all this other stuff. And I kind of feel like, you know, I want to be where you are. It seems we're worlds apart. We're worlds apart. Drifting off somewhere, you know, something I can't help. And I feel like maybe I really want to say it's about the girl. And like, because to me, the structure of this song with the two parts, it feels like, really, I just want to be home with her. And I love being here. And I feel like I've known you in another life and all that kind of stuff. But it's almost like The Godfather. Just when I think that I'm out, they pull me back in. Like fucking people are playing with my name. Even though I've already shown them. Now I got to go and show them again. Okay. All right. Let me go back in. You know, let me go back in. Let me shoot. And, you know, lots of gunshots. Let me shoot my shots back. I gotta go out and show people again that I'm fucking top tier rapper. And then he cracks off that verse. So it feels like that. The purpose of the song feels like really kind of done with all this shit, and I really like just being home. But okay, this is what I got to do. So here we go. I'm gonna go through the whole verse. That's gonna take about an hour. So get yourself some coffee or tea or whatever. I'm pleased to report, after many attempts, I climbed out from the mouth of the gritty abyss. The antonym of idiot, so the opposite of idiot, not synonym, right? The antonym. What is this? My mind frame has been trained with NVIDIA chips. My rhymes are like shrines for the city I miss. I like that line a lot. Where in time I found beauty in the hideousness. My tongue can set fire to some, inspire the young, or put a hickey on the titty of the prettiest bitch. Jesus. I'm number one. You get in the gist? Anything lower, you better reconsider your list. Play my song when I'm gone. I'll still be a myth. Even God wonder how the fuck did he exist? I mean, he could have just slipped through the cracks. Ain't let a person into heaven, so I went through the back. And when I entered, I saw an old friend that I dapped. He said, please kick one of those infinite raps. I flip on tracks long as the beat's on fire. My grip on rap stronger than needle nose pliers. Kick on back and enjoy the fresh sound. The best round of black, getting rich off of rap. From the town where they zip raw packs. Where you've never seen trampoline but a brick, you can flip that. Pretty good, man. Well, damn, try to compete, but they just fall flat. Lots of these weak people peak where I lift off at. I like that one too. That's a good shit talking line. Never trick off racks, stack what I track. The money talks to me, and they lack the dialect to reply back as I crack the fire axe. Good shit, man. Vietnam, where they're strapped like a rack. I didn't really understand. The light refracts when the half-black Messiah raps. The light what's refraction? I forget what refraction is. Is that when it splits? Reflection is obviously the angle of reflection. But refraction, what was refraction? Is that after it passes through? I can't remember. But refraction means a specific thing with light and glass. The narcs in the trap with a knack to hire rats. A man dead because the feds slapped a wiretap. His dog had his back, so they waxed the chiropractor. Chemically imbalanced, dripping style in gallons. I write schemes in my dreams just for the challenge. Woke up in ice cold sweats because the flows I chose next are like both sets of Bowflex. Hold your breath for the pros I profess. Cole the goat, fresh like a juice that's cold pressed. No rest to those who oppose. I don't stress. Rap people gotta be in vogue to pose threats. I wonder what that's about. I was, so the annotation says to pose, like, you know, posing for the magazine, but I wonder if there was somebody who was in Vogue magazine and then, you know, an interview said some shit. So I wonder if that's specific to a person. I love this. I'm dropping people off at the door like coat checks. That's good. That's good. You stay here. I'll come back when I'm ready for you. Hold check. I told you they ain't ready to hoop. And people regular. I'm 93 unleaded. The truth. Hot out the booth. Now I'm looking for my little Betty Boop. Cute. Pardon me, shorty, but I've been out the loop. Too many lines to refute, but I got a rebuke. They're trying to put my neck inside of a noose. It's not happening. That was great. That was a great verse. The thing, too, is that he just... Something that's so important about rapping is doing it well, obviously, but making it sound easy. Those are the rappers that are just the best, man. When they crack off excellent rhymes and great flow and good vocal power and all this other stuff. And then on top of all that shit, make it easy. Make it sound so easy. And at no point did J. Cole sound like he was struggling through that verse at all. All right. Off to a great start. Let's go to track two. That's something different, isn't it? Trick 2. Track 2. The fall off is inevitable. DZL, Manish, Wooten are producing 3-minute song. Dropping in. Oh. Beefy sound. Whoops.
Yeah. How I see it. How I see it. Yeah. Listen. I persevered through the worst. My thirst to adhere is a curse. My life, I see it in reverse. I first appeared in a hearse. The driver steered to the church. My grandkids carry the coffin to the altar as they burst into tears from their shirts. The tears rise to the sides of their face and into their eyes is piercing where hurt. Watching my son disappear as I stare at his birth. And he returns to the womb, wifey stomach growing greater in girth. And then declining every time we come here to the nurse. With each day that passes, I can feel my career coming first. Do I? Took the wedding ring off her finger and now I'm single. Walking up the aisle backwards to an era of dirt. Falling clubs tipsy with a bitch I see clear through a skirt. The cameras be snapping, blogs be yapping, so I'm careful alert. Walking to my section, whisper right in my ear, we flirt, we part ways. I see her from a distance, she stares with a smirk. I'm growing shorter, pampers cover my hindquarters. I watch my father walk back in my life and it clears up a hurt. I couldn't explain, mama gives me my name, then hands me over to the doctor and I watch as my spirit reverts. Then I'm no longer here on this earth.
Interesting. Cool. That's kind of a cool fucking song.
I'm no longer here on this earth. That's how I see it.
Fall off is inevitable. We're gonna do something. Let it finish. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to talk more. Very excited. Interesting. It starts with the same sound that it ends with. We're going to do 2 things. I want to tell a story, but then we're going to do something I've never done before. We're going to read this verse backwards. We're going to start from the bottom and read up because he reads it. He does his life backwards. So let's go through the lyrics backwards to see if it still works. Like rhyming scheme and everything. I would not be surprised if it actually works. But before I do that, there's a story. So there's a book I love, Slaughterhouse-5. Kurt Vonnegut. Great book. And the quick synopsis of the book is about a person who becomes unstuck in time. He gets visited by aliens and they tell him time, you can move around in time. So he can't control time and he can't control where he goes, but he just like slips around in time in his own life. There's a part of the book where he's watching a war movie. So part of it, his life, he's in World War II and all this other shit. And so he's watching this documentary about World War II, and he sees it in reverse. And the way Kurt Vonnegut describes this bombing scene in reverse is incredible. Talking about how all these horrible, terrible objects came out of the people and closed up the holes where all their blood was falling out, and they come back together and they neatly assemble into this thing, and then that thing is thrown up into the air where it's carefully put into the belly of an airplane, and the airplane flies back and it lands on the landing strip, and people carefully unload it and they take it back to the factory where they disassemble it, and then they put all the parts back into the mountains again where they can never hurt anybody. That's basically the quick version. And it's just some of the coolest fucking literature I've ever read, ever. I love that section of the book. It's so good. It's so good. Love it. Because like with reading, reading's important. I kind of enjoy reading. I can't read like my wife. My wife can just read all day. I can read for like a half an hour. Usually if I start reading 10 minutes later, I'm fucking out. Just asleep, right? I've never, even with the books I love, I've never been able to just sit and read and read and read. But also part of the reading is I never have the imagery. I never really like see what I'm reading. I can see it when I'm writing, and I can go that way. I can see it and then write it. I can't read it and then see it. So that section of the book is so fun for me because I feel like that's something I can see. I can see that part. Let's go through the fall off in reverse. And we'll start right here. Hands me over to the doctor as I watch my spirit. I couldn't explain. Mama gives me my name. I watch my father walk back in my life, and it clears up a hurt. I'm growing shorter. Pampers cover my hind quarters. My motivation to be greater ends the moment I peer in her purse. Decade later, Mama cut on the cable. One of the so-called kings of this rap thing I swear to usurp on cloud nine. Now I'm signed to my hero. Of naysayers who only days later I dare to convert. And though I'm blessed, I see me stressing from hearing the chirps. Bank account thinning, income streams nowhere near as diverse. Fast forward through the years of rehearsal, losing, winning. It all begins with encore cheers from those wearing my merch. We leave the club, drive to the show, and I swear that it's turned lusty, quick to fuck me, unaware of their worth. Cheers to the perks with the squad. We live for the search of new hoes. We part ways. I see it from a distance. She stares with a smirk. Walk into my section, whisper right in my ear, and we flirt. The cameras be snapping, blogs be yapping, so I'm careful, alert. Fallen, club tipsy with a bitch I see clear through her skirt, and now I'm single. Walking up the aisle backwards to an era of dirt. I love how he said do I. It doesn't really work backwards. I was hoping it would work backwards. That would have been really fucking cool. Really fucking cool. I love that he said do I and took the wedding ring off her finger. Because obviously backwards is I do. So he is married to the girl. He's got kids. I know he's got kids, but I was not 100% positive he was married. Let's go from top down to the I do part. I persevered through the worst. My thirst to adhere is a curse. My life, I see it in reverse. I first appear in a hearse. The driver steered to the church. My grandkids carried the coffin to the altar as they burst into tears from their shirts because the tears are falling up. I love this. And the reason why I love this is because of Slaughterhouse-5. And that whole bit about the bomb. It's just so fucking cool the way it's written. Fast forward 6 years, got verse of the year. My purpose is clear. It's to murk whoever dare flirt with death. The best alive. And what you now hear is the work. The inspiration was rare and in spurts, but when it's there, I'm immersed. That's kind of neat to hear, right? Because I always wonder, how some people are just creative, right? And it always seems like they've got something. But it's kind of nice. But then they also hear, fucking writer's block and just don't know what to come up with. I liked on Jid's album last year, God Does Like Ugly, the last song. We're talking about, just when I think the mojo's gone, it comes screaming right back and I know what to write and all that kind of shit. I forget the lyrics exactly, but that was a cool song too, man. I love Jid. Jid's great. Okay, so we've got our I'm trying to live my life quietly. People are playing my name, so I got to show them again. I'm a top tier rapper, so we got that. And now we've got this song about seeing life in reverse. And to me, when I think about that, I think about a person who's thinking about, the fall off is inevitable, obviously, as the name of the title or the song there. Just thinking about, how do I want to end this? When I die, when my kids put me in my grave, what do I want my life to look like? And sometimes to get somewhere, you almost do got to go backwards, if that makes sense. Like with work, sometimes we're dealing with timelines and stuff, and it's like, okay, well, are we going to be able to do the thing today? And it's like, well, okay, well, we got to do this. So we just go backwards. If we want to, we got to have this done by 4:30, which means this has to be done by 4, which means by 3, this has to and it's already 3:15, and we haven't even done the thing that needs to start by 2 o'clock. Okay, we're not making it. It's not going to happen today. Sometimes you got to do it like that. Let's keep going, though. Track 3, it's called The Villest. J. Cole, Omen, DZL, T-, Wu-10. Track 3, The Villest.
Yeah, dust off the old notebook where a younger Jermaine Lamar wrote hooks to get a glimpse of what his hopes looked like back in his younger years, and found a page stained with what seemed to be 100 tears as the smeared words spoke of his blended fears, telling them persevere through it all, go hard like Medusa in front of mirrors to reach the top, so unaware that the trouble's there were nothing more than a worse version of troubles where he sat when he wrote this, performing hocus pocus with empty pocket focus over some dope libido he made himself. Me and my dogs was like the musketeers. Through the years, we stay connected to this day. We still stepping legato. Subconscious detecting. These niggas think I'm lesser for my complexion. Before I'm done, they all gon' respect the mulatto. Yeah. I said they all gon' respect the mulatto.
We're gonna pause. That's a great verse. That's a great verse. Go hard like Medusa in front of mirrors. As the smeared words spoke of his blunted fears, telling him, preserve through it all, go hard like Medusa in front of mirrors. He's, we're nothing more than a worser version of troubles where he sat when he wrote. But what's so great though too is this. It's just a continuous sentence essentially. To reach the top so unaware that there's troubles there, we're nothing more than a worser version of troubles where he sat when he wrote. He's performing hocus pocus with an empty pocket focus over some dope little beat. He made himself, all the pain in his cadence felt. And though his heart was made of felt, his exterior hardened to present a demeanor in which this period taught him. So he's got he's talking about Lonely at the Top, Listen to the Greats, previous album or previous disc. So 90s gangster rap, most likely, right? In which this period taught him was the best for survival to deflect the most aggressive of rivals. A testament to the lessons I follow, seen the death of bravado, the second weapons hit his chest with a hollow. So, Biggie, Pac, right? We're talking about who we listened to when we were growing up and going hard and all that kind of shit. Got to be talking about that. There's all this shit's annotated. I'm not going to worry about it. Pride is a bitter pill indeed, but it's best if you swallow. If not, your homie's going to pay respect with a bottle. Pour it out. Poured that on the flesh of his mother earth while liquor slithers like a serpent across the mud and dirt to go rest in a pothole. Let's keep going. That was great fucking... What is the motto? Legato. What's legato? I don't know what that means. Stepping legato is generally refers to a technique in music, particularly on piano, where notes are played in a smooth, connected, and flowing manner, while moving step by step along a scale or melodic line. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep listening.
Me and you, your mama and your cousin too, rolling through the Ville on Rolls, coming up slamming Cadillac doors. Me and you, your mama and your cousin too, rolling through the Ville on Rolls.
Who's the other voice? Oh, it's okay. I was gonna say it sounds like
My darkest
Outkast,
truths be
but
hard to say to
that's what he was
friends.
doing.
Fuck it,
Okay.
past the bottle and swallow in hopes it could wash away the sins. Grew up amongst the lost and wasn't taught a way to win. On days I think of James, my heart and heart it breaks again. He caught the fade, but pussy niggas caught him later then. Medics performed the CPR and hauled away his limbs. It always haunted me inside my thoughts and made him grim. His father knew my father way back when. Why am I here when I don't feel that I'm as great as him? If Pac is Jesus, then I ride around and play the hymns. Life goes on even in this modern day of algorithm moderated streaming service automated blends.
Nice.
I play
Nice
the
flow right
classics
there.
often and I've gotta say
run
there's
with it.
gems. This life is like it's all set up for God to play the Sims. Yeah, I got rich but think I need a smarter way to cleanse. If money gives happiness, then please explain to rich bastards with no peace how come they never bought their way to Zen. How come
He
they
says
never
hip
bought
to
their
the
way
same
to
time.
Zen? Me and you, your mama and
It's
your
cool. I'm so proud of myself for thinking this kind of sounds like Outkast.
coming up slamming Cadillac doors. Me and you, your mama and your cousin too. Rolling through the Ville on woes. Coming up slamming Cadillac doors.
Well, we're 3 tracks into disc 2, the 39-year-old perspective, and definitely introspective, reflective, considering life, pondering life, the mysteries of life. You know, the second verse, man. My darkest truths be hard to say to friends. Fuck it. Pass the bottle. We're swallowing hopes that can wash away the sins. Grew up amongst the lost and wasn't taught a way to win. On days I think of James and my hardened heart breaks again. He caught the fade, but pussy niggers, shit. I'm going to leave it in. I'm not going to edit it. I was saying earlier how it's important to own your mistakes. Yesterday I was kind of bragging a little bit how I can weave in and out, right? And then I even said at one point, I was like, I almost just tore off and said that, you guys. I almost just tore off and said that. There you go. It happened. It happened. It slipped out. I hope you guys all understand. It's a mistake, an honest mistake. I apologize. I'm gonna leave it in. I'm gonna leave it in because why? Well, I don't know. I think it's important to just own mistakes, especially this day and age, man. There's just so much. There's so much shit going on, and it's like how are you calling out that group while completely ignoring all the bullshit your group is doing? Like, I don't know. Anyway, there you go. It finally happened. I'll tell you a story too. The first time I actually said it on my own, on accident, like after, starting this whole channel, it was fucking Wu-Tang. It was in the morning. I was going to work. I just left the house and I put on Shame. And I remember, I know exactly where it was too. It was right around the corner where I said it. I still remember where I was. It was dark as in the morning. Put on Shame. I turned the shit up. And I just go, shame on a... Oh my God. That shit just like leapt out of my mouth. It was fucking, I was like, I kind of cracked it up like, oh my God. Wu-Tang got me turned up, but holy shit, Wu-Tang. Shame. Anyway, let's keep going through lyrics. He caught the fade, but pussy people caught him later. Then medics performed a CPR and hauled away his limbs. It's always haunted me inside my thoughts and made him grim. His father knew my father way back then. Army buddies that used to party hard overseas, but through the alcohol and the weed, plus the hardy hars, they made him kin. I never enjoyed being in the Navy, but man, you meet some cool people. And what's neat about the military, well, I mean, you just meet people who are kind of in the same situation you are, right? Didn't really have any other options, didn't have a lot of money. Fuck it, I guess I'll join the military. Could have made it through college maybe, but I don't want all this debt and all that shit. So you meet some cool people in the military. You meet some kindred spirits for sure. Who knew their future kids would have to find a way to swim in the wild with crocodile and alligator skins? I don't understand the crocodile and alligator skins. It's just comparing it directly with, okay. Just in the wild. Okay. All right. So there's nothing, according to the annotation, there's nothing specific about crocodile and alligator skins. They took a good person, smart kid who could hoop, who could fight, and said, I wish the Lord had taken them. If Darwinism states only the stronger make it, then why am I here when I don't feel like I'm as great as him? If Pac is Jesus, then I ride around and play the hymns. Life goes on, even in this modern day of algorithm-moderated streaming service, automated blends. I loved how he just kind of rolled through that. That was great. I play the classics often, and I gotta say there's gems. If money gives happiness, then please explain the rich bastards with no peace. How come they never bought their way to Zen? If it's that simple. What's interesting with the chorus is, dreams can come true, you'll get yours too, but it won't save. And it switches over into the Outcast thing, me and you. Your mama and your cousin too. And so, kind of zooming out a bit, on the storytelling side, right? This perspective, 39 years old, I got all this money. It hasn't fixed my problems. It hasn't fixed the problems of everybody else, still back home. And so this whole thing of you're going to get your dreams, and maybe it's this realization that, okay, yeah, your dreams can come true, but your dreams coming true doesn't mean all your problems are fixed and all the bad things go away. They're all still there. I was noticing, some people complaining about this album, not liking it, finding it boring or whatever. And I'm realizing yesterday, as I was listening to it, I'm not really listening to this as like a music album. This is like a story for me. It's almost more like a movie than a music album in a sense. That's how I feel like that's how I'm approaching it. And I feel like if I kind of step back and just try and listen to it for like bangers and stuff, there's not really any bangers so far. There's been some cool songs, but overall, in terms of like, if you just want to be entertained, I can see why people aren't really clicking with this. But man, as a fucking story and as a metaphor for life and just perspective and shit, I think it's been fantastic. So let's keep going. Let us continue. Old Dog is going to be track 4. PD Pablo's featured. I don't know who that is. J. Cole, T-Minus are producing. Dropping into 4. Old Dog.
Ring, ring. Who the fuck is that? It's a 911 number, so you know what niggas at. Yeah, 2-6 with the blueprint, yeah, it made me. Old dog with some new tricks, had a baby. No more record deal, yeah, I'm fresh about a slave, yeah. I'm back home for the time being. COLE state of NC, that's where you find me in. Right off of 95, we had a little town meeting down in the Ville. If you're real, then you can chime in. Now, real don't mean that you got paper or you ride Benz or selling weight to all your clients that don't mind skiing. Now, being real to me, you stand on what the fuck you do. We on the map, we ain't Atlanta, but we snuck on through. I had a plan put on the land, I got accustomed to. It's so precarious, so it's random niggas clutching tools. It's nothing new, they carry hammers in the public schools. Heard talking down, but then it's fuck him too. It's nothing new, bitch, we been hated for a long while.
I can slow through
Before I
here.
blew, bitch, we was known as the problem child. I had to lead these green pine trees to get it. Said when I got it, I was gonna bring it back, bitch, and guess what? I did it. Left in a Civic, came back in Atlanta,
Left
feeling
in a
like
Civic,
Tupac
came
in
back in
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Bought me 2 plots of land, some of the duck off of my fan. Practice my jump shot in my gym, and thinking I'm too big to come home, cause I got the planet Earth in my hand. Nigga, what? I'm on brag right now. FPD behind me, running my tags right now. I can't be too upset, they got a reason to check. This shit regular in New York, but the Ville ain't seen this yet. Now I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be, regardless of the emblem that's drawn on the key. Ville nigga put on for NC, for
like
something
that,
that's
too.
hard to believe. Shout out to God, PD Pablo, he did that long before me. I just got home from a tour and I brought my partner with me. Let her run through freaks and stack they dollars. We learned it all on the streets of the VILLE.
Carolina shit.
Yeah, man.
Hold on to forget. Take a fucking shut up and it's swinging around it, bitch. The money
J. Cole sounded fucking good on disc 2. J. Cole's going off on disc 2. So many annotations. And it's like, I'm very I was kind of sitting here at the end, right? Just kind of sitting there thinking like, do I want to go through all the annotations? And I don't. Like I'm torn because on one hand, I feel like there's a lot of information here that I'll probably just make it more so, but it's just a lot of time. And it's not like I don't have the time. I get very self-conscious about sitting here and reading annotations because I feel like it's not. I don't find that interesting as like a content thing. But whatever. It's not for me to decide what you guys like. It's up to you guys. Anyway, let's go through the. I really want to hit the second verse. I really liked what he was doing on the second verse. He had like different. It seemed like he had a different flow too. Second verse from the first one. Had to leave these green palm trees to get it. Said when I got it, I was going to bring it back. And guess what? I did it. Left in a Civic, came back in a Lamb. I love that shit. Feel like Tupac in Atlanta. Bought me 2 plots of land. Some would have ducked off my fam. Practiced my jump shot in my gym. Thinking I'm too big to come home because I got the planet Earth in my hand. Now, I'm on brag right now. FPD behind me. He's one of my tags right now. I can't be too upset to get a reason to check. That shit regular in New York, but the Ville ain't seen this yet. I think he's talking about like his car, right? He's driving around in this fancy car, and where he's from, they don't, who the fuck is this person driving around in a Lambo? Right? I think that's what's going on. You know, it's, in New York, they see rich, fancy cars all the time, but out here, they don't fucking see that shit. Now, I'm going to be who I'm going to be regardless of the emblem that's drawn on the key. Love that. Ville put on, the Ville person put on for NC. I love the whole, regardless of the emblem that's drawn on the key, I'm going to be who I'm going to be. That was great. For something that's hard to believe, shout out to Dog, Petey Pablo. He did that long before me. I just got home from a tour, and I brought my partner with me and let it run through freaks that stack their dollar bills. We learned it all in the streets in the Ville. Carolina shit, don't you forget. Take your fucking shirt off and just swing it around this bitch. I love that. I love that. Very fucking straightforward. Here's verse 1. I'm back home for the time being. COLE, stayed up NC. That's where you'll find me in. Right off 95. I had a little town meeting down in the Ville if you're real. Then you can chime me in. Now, real don't mean that you got paper or you ride Benz or selling white to all your clients that don't mind skiing. Now, being real to me, you stand on what the fuck you do on the map or in Atlanta. But we ain't Atlanta, but we snuck on through. I had a plan put on the land I got accustomed to. It's so precarious, so much random people clutching tools. It's nothing new. They carry hammers into public schools. Heard talking down, but then it's fuck him too. Well, in this part here, heard, and then it just like talking down, but then it's fine. So let's see the annotation. Everyone's always talking Kendrick. Jesus. It's always about Kendrick. It's nothing new. We've been hated for a long while. Before, I don't think it's Kendrick because he seems like he's talking about early career. And I don't know, maybe did they beef early career? I have no idea. No idea. Before I blew bitch, we was known as the problem child. Carolina, bear in mind, we never had this shit. But now the goat is from this bitch. So all that's past tense. Let's keep going. One thing I'm kind of curious about, too, is the function of this song as a storytelling device. Like, what is J. Cole telling me? Because I feel like so far in this whole album, disc 1, disc 2, every song has told a story, and the story has had its own purpose in this broader context of the fall off. So maybe this one is just kind of reflecting on just coming home. What it's like to come home. Go out, make it, come back. Like I did the thing I said I was going to do, and then I fucking came back. And that's just it. Old dog. The old dog. I've run my course. I completed my task type of thing. I don't know. Let's keep going, though. This is going to be 5, life sentence, T-, Wu-Tenor producing. Drop it into 5. Here we go.
Realest shit I wrote, doing life. Realest shit I wrote, doing life. Realest shit I wrote. This be the realest shit I wrote. Realest shit I wrote. Realest shit I wrote. Be the realest shit I wrote. Doing life.
For all my niggas doing life with they day one. Who held it down when the credit wasn't A1? You thinking God, you was looking for a great one. He took a rib out your chest and he made one.
Okay.
To be a man and
Okay.
hold it down, take
Okay.
a brave one. When the hoes come around and you crave something, my flow switch, slow the pace, this the mace one. I'm not a player, but I'm crushing like the late pun. Let's take one, go. The definition of rider, the one by my side when I had not a dollar to my name. Before a crowd would holler for Jermaine. You saw potential, waiting on you to hit my line was suspenseful. Back when we was kids, this was simple. Boy likes girl, girl got a man. Boy stays in lane, maybe provides a friend. Knowing by the end, buddy gon' fumble. Was far from the toughest around, buddy gon' rumble when necessary. When niggas started talking reckless, did he not step to them niggas with chest poked out? Over you that Ville come out, no doubt. We fell in love, but my dreams you ain't know about. You knew I rap, but you ain't know about both of my goals. Wanna take over the globe through a mic, and one day me and you be doing life.
I feel like I'm enjoying this song. I like the idea of life sentence being, a term for marriage. It's kind of funny. The association with prison. But I mean, he's putting a very positive spin on it, right? But I'm also laughing because I feel like there's going to be so many people that just hate this song because it's about getting married and actually loving your wife. And it's so funny how many people are just like, oh, it's fucking funny, man. I mean, honestly, it's when you really think about it, it's sad that so many guys get fucking cranky about that because that just means their marriage isn't that great. It's very easy for me to enjoy this song because I have a great marriage and I have a great wife. And the things that he's talking about too, man, specifically, like the definition of a writer. The one by my side when I had not a dollar to my name. Oh my God, dude. That was me. Broke as fuck. I remember the ring I bought her, her engagement ring, promise ring. It was like $50. I could not fucking afford anything. I didn't have nothing. Nothing. She was in. Lucky me. Very, very lucky me. Let's keep going. I'm going to start fucking getting all sappy. Let's keep going.
The puppy love had grown and now it's full blown. Since childhood I vowed to have a good home.
Yep.
White picket fence with wife cooking. Yellow rice for a couple kids that's nice looking. And I promised to treat her right, unlike what I had seen in my life as examples. Marriages and shambles. And I can tell I found a real one. Smart, loyal, and real pretty. We can build something. All types of games are being played. How's it going down? So until it's gone, and I got to know now. Is you with me or what? Nigga really think he in love.
This is a great
This ring on you forever. What's up? All types of games are being played. How's it going down? So until it's gone, and I got to know now.
Another thing now, I was laughing earlier, but now I just kind of feel badly because there's so many people who don't get it. Well, I don't know. One thing that goes through my mind, right, is the divorce rate. There's a very high divorce rate in America, over 50%. That's a pretty high failure rate. Like for anything else in the world, that would just be a completely unacceptable failure rate. But marriage, it's like, oh yeah, sure. And so, you have to believe that even the people that get divorced, right, at some point, right, they're happy, right. I wonder. I really do wonder, and I feel a lot of just sadness for those who don't get to have the kind of relationship J. Cole's talking about in this song. I was thinking the other day, I was kind of telling her the other day, like, I don't even feel like it's love anymore. It just feels like something else. Like, it's like, I sound so fucking cheesy, cliche, right? But like literally a physical part of me. Like she's not even a different entity. It's like we are just a thing. And I don't like saying that because it, they always say that at the, the fucking ceremony, the two become one and all this other bullshit. And I'm so tired of hearing that because it's very much in a religious context and I get cranky because I'm not religious. But that's what our relationship has become. And it's, the some of the things that to me are so like fundamental, like trust. Like there's no question, there's no doubt, there's nothing. Like the people who talk about having anxiety and, you know, I want to go through that person's phone, all this shit. Like literally, we both have the same passcode for our phone. I never look at her phone. She never looks at my phone. There's nothing. Like it's not even a question. There's just nothing. And I don't know what it's like to have that worry. And that's crazy. That's probably crazy to some of you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it makes me think back to years ago when I was with my cousin and I was going through my whole religious change and just kind of freaking out about it and talking to my cousin, you know, what do you think about this, that, and the other, God, and all that. And she just kind of looked at me and goes, yeah, I never really think about it. And I couldn't wrap my head around that. What do you mean? How could you never really think about it, you know? But that's where I am with trust with her and her with me. She lets, you know, I went down to the JPEG Mafia show in Hollywood by myself, stayed the night, got a hotel room. Sure, have fun. Call me when you're on your way home. Just let me know. That's it. I go to Tahoe. I'll go to Tahoe, go skiing by myself, stay at the casino, gamble, drink, do all kinds of stupid shit, right? Okay, yeah, have fun. Hope the skiing's good. Shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know what it's like to not trust her. And I say that with this awareness of I have no idea what it's like to feel any other way. That is something you just can't. You know, talking earlier, what was the song? You have money buying happiness and all this other shit. Like, that is something you cannot buy. Absolutely. You cannot buy that.
Temptation of other lovers is a hard one to overcome when you're young and your star's done. A line that women that wouldn't give you time is calling you fine. Lust creeps all through your mind. I'm trying my hardest to remember why I'm an artist. Is it for bitches and the riches? You are suspicious and you should be. I'm doing dirt, but it's not as much as I could be. That make me feel better. I'm drifting away slowly. That make you feel bitter. The devil on my shoulder telling me quit her. Angel on the opposite side saying stick with her. God telling me pick whichever is in my heart. Looked inside myself to a place beyond thought and found out who I wanna be. I done wrote a lot of songs, but this gotta be my realest one.
Yeah.
Shout out to anybody that really know what it's like to do life with somebody. Through the ups, the downs, the goods, the bads, through thick and thin. In a time where they make it so easy to just give up. You know what I mean?
That was a great song. You know, I'm glad he touches on what he does in verse 4. The temptation of other lovers is a hard one to overcome when you're young and your stars down the line. Not women that wouldn't give you time is calling you fine. Lust creeps all through your mind. That's just got to be insanely difficult, right? I'm always kind of shocked when, you know, musicians, athletes, people who are young guys who are young, famous, and have a lot of money run off and get married. I'm always pretty surprised. It's like the likelihood of that succeeding is so slim, but you never know. I mean, you never know, right? I mean, sometimes these people marry the person that they've known since they were 9 years old or whatever, right? But it's like, you really hear it with, it seems like you really hear it with the athletes. It's like, you've got fucking 9 kids with 6 different women, and it's like, Jesus, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm trying my hardest to remember, why am I an artist? Is it for bitches and the riches? You're all suspicious, and you should be. I'm doing dirt, but it's not as much as I could be. That makes me feel better. I'm drifting away slowly. That makes you feel bitter. The devil on my shoulder telling me quit her. Angel on the opposite side saying stick with her. And 2, you know, with trust, I was talking about trust, and the thing that's a challenge with trust is you can't break it. Don't break it. It only breaks once. You get one time, and that's it. It's just broken. Good song. I'm sure so many people hate this song. People are just going to be, fucking J. Cole talking about being married and how he likes it. Okay, let's keep going. We've got track 6. It's called Only You. It's featuring Burna Boy. I don't know. Have I heard Burna Boy? I don't think so. T-Minus, DZL, Luke Amati, as is The Shake, and Dowd. Dowd sounds familiar too. That's production team. Here's 6. Only You.
Sunny days, rainy nights, I know she'll be there for me, no matter what. If I miss your call, I'ma call back. Never too far, no, I'm never too far. Bet wherever you are, that's where I'm at. I don't ever want you to regret these moves. Sometimes the wind is hidden in the lose. I wish life was longer, like an interlude. I got way more songs I wanna sing with you. I thought I was strong till I saw what you went through. The birth of my sons, and each time my mind was blown. And each time my mind was blown. I owe you patience and a lot of grace. I owe you flowers and a Prada date. I owe you time watching movies that I hate. I owe you chocolates and red velvet cake. Oh wait, you don't like red velvet no more. Yeah, that's right, out of spite, hoes jealous of yours. He's the right about my life, but I ain't telling no more. Stay the fuck up about my business.
Stay the fuck up about my business.
We get lifetime fitness. I thought I was strong till I saw what you went through. The birth of my sons, and each time my mind was blown. And each time my mind was blown.
Thinking that, just again, each song having its own function of storytelling for the album. And it's kind of funny because pretty fucking clear what J. Cole is talking about, what he cares about, what he's focused on, where he wants his life energy to be. And I love this. Used to write about my life, but I ain't telling no more. Say the fuck about my business. I give a fuck what people think about me. I know they couldn't know a thing about me. And so really just it's kind of a weird thing because it's pretty straightforward in terms of the lyrics and easy to understand. And so it almost, especially like coming from J. Cole after Life Sentence too, like you go, yeah, I know, right? Like I know, I get it. But I think really what's happening is it's this self-realization. And this is so important, in my opinion. This is something that's been so great for me as I get older, is learning who you are as a person, learning what you actually want. What do you want from life? What do you actually care about? Where do you want to focus your energy? What do you want to allow to upset you? Those kinds of things, that concept. And that's what this song is. I feel like this song isn't J. Cole telling us, hey, I love my wife, because we know that, right? We know that. This is J. Cole telling himself and realizing, this is what I want to do. I don't want to be on tour. I don't want to be chasing off hoes and dealing with managers and private jets and fans. And I don't want that shit. I want to be here. I want to watch a shitty movie with you. I want to give you flowers. I want to, the dishwasher's broke and shit. And so here we are, we're washing the dishes together. Like, this is actually what I want to do. And it's funny because it sounds so mundane, so boring and so domesticated and like almost like pointless. Like how could that be your life's dream when really that's what seems like most people are trying to get away from? But that's sometimes that happens with life. You just go full circle. You realize, fuck, there's nothing to actually realize. You realize all this shit has just been that shit. And I just want to be here. I really like the line, I owe you time watching movies that I hate, because my wife loves rom-coms and they're fine. I'm not a huge rom-com fan. I'll put them on. I can enjoy them to an extent, but she loves them. The thing that I don't like about rom-coms is how just formulaic they are. Oh my god, just yeah. But that's why she likes them too. Is because she knows it's safe. They're gonna fight, and then the guy chases the girl, and then they fall in love, and yay, But every now and then. There was one day, it was after Christmas. Was it New Year? It might have been around, it was right after Christmas. It was around New Year because we were going to go on a trip to the desert. She was finishing up her radiation. She was exhausted from Christmas. And I said, we're not going. We're staying home for New Year. We're not going to do shit. And we just, one of those days, we just sat on the couch and just watched all the movies that she wanted to watch. It was a good day. Good day. Sometimes the win is hidden in the lose. I know I don't want you to regret these moves. Sometimes the win is hidden in the lose. I don't know what he means by that, but let's keep going. Burner Boy's coming up. We're not even halfway through the song.
Lonely nights with lots of money. Times I wish I had no money. How can I be sure you love me? It's not like you're betting your best years on me. Best years on me. Best years on me. Maybe it's time I accept my own. Worry back on, back on. Worry back on, back on. I need no easy, because if true love coming today, then I'm coming. Maybe it's time I accept you. Longing for my baby to love me more. What am I longing for? I'm not really secure. What am I longing for? My baby to love me more. What am I longing for?
Burner Boy sounds amazing. He sounds great.
Cause everybody thinks that you're a man of steel, like you don't hurt and you don't feel, but they wrong. I swear I've watched you keep yourself far from the drama, taking many hits to your armor. I've seen you walk miles with the crowd, but alone you walked farther. Now walk into the arms of your father and let him build you up and supply everything you've been needing. I'm here watching and I'm in a seat and you gonna make it pop.
Interesting. I really like the addition of this poem. So I'm going to read the annotation here. The use of the Jason Wilson-inspired poem transformed the song from a standard love ballad into a manifesto for black male emotional health. Maybe. Let's finish reading it, and then I'll explain why that's wrong. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It validates the heavy price of being a provider and protector while offering a spiritual solution to the depression and strife of fame. Cole uses a sample to bridge the gap between his rap persona and his humanity, ultimately arguing that a man's greatest strength is his ability to seek rest in his creator and his family. When I hear this poem, at the end of this song, what I think is, what I hear is a person who has been in the eye of fame, in the spotlight, money, women, everything, all this temptation, all this what have you. And I mean, J. Cole is, as far as I can tell, he does a lot to avoid that stuff. But what I hear is somebody saying, this shit's wearing me out. This shit is wearing me out. And the line right here, they don't respect your call. They talk about, the fight to stand strong against women who entice. They don't respect your call. They don't respect your wife. You're tired and you're weak, and you could blow it all tonight. And so that right there specifically, I mean, it's almost like this scale of, I love music. I want to make music. Sometimes, I have a hard time with it, but then I find these moments where I'm just completely inspired and mesmerized and pulled in by it. But I love my wife. I love my family, and everybody's career's got to come to an end some point. And this shit is just kind of wearing me out. No. Everybody thinks that you're a man of steel, like you don't hurt and you don't feel, but they're wrong. I swear I've watched you keep yourself far from the drama, taking many hits to your armor. And then you add in what Burna Boy is talking about here, lonely nights with lots of money. Times I wish I had no money. How can I be sure you love me? Like, are you here for me or are you here for my money, right? It's not like you're betting your best years on me. Do I like living like this? Maybe I'm fine wasting my time, beautiful eyes washed down with wine. Maybe it's time I accept my own. maybe it's time I accept you. So again, to me, this is all a storytelling function. And what J. Cole is doing, he's doing two. I really kind of like what he's doing in terms of the writing, the storytelling in this album, because he's giving us the song. He's giving us the very straightforward song, and here's the message, and here's what I care about. But there's a second. I feel like every song has a second layer of him just weighing his own life, his own existence, his own. What do I want? What do I care about? His career, everything. And what if he's had times where, fuck, man, I almost did blow it. You know, maybe he was on tour doing this and that. I mean, because everywhere you go, right, the opportunity is always there. It's always there. And so maybe it's just like, you know what? I'm flirting too close to the edge with something that I need to come to terms with. I need to wrap up my career at some point. I can't do this forever. Do I even want to do this forever? I really like just being home with my wife. That's where my heart is, you know, and my kids. And do I really need to keep doing this? You know, it's like a risk reward model. What's the reward? Not a whole lot at this point for me personally, versus the risk. And the risk is everything. I lose everything I care about if I keep doing this. Maybe that's, you know, it's just kind of the concept I'm tossing out there. That's what I hear when as we go through this song, especially with that poem. I'm glad that poem was put in at the end. To me, that just drives it all home. You know, in Burner Boy, you know, what am I longing for? I'm not really secure. What am I longing for? My baby to love me more. What do I actually want out of life? That's what this is. It's good shit, man. It's good shit. Let's keep going. This is fucking fantastic. Okay, this is going to be 7. Man Up Above. T- to J. Cole producing. Drop it in to 7. Man Up Above. Definitely in the 39-year-old perspective.
Never could have made it without you. Without you.
A whole lot of O's getting sold on the block. Don't go outside a lot, ain't tryna get popped. 12 bustin' in while we scraping out the pot. We running out the spot, we running out the spots. Another year goes by, another nigga slayed at the West Indian Day Parade when perpetrators sprayed. You got the nerve to ask why I stay in the house more. You paid for going in, the fuck I'm going out for. When niggas stretching shit like a new school power for Nas Reed range. But when these boys is shooting, niggas start breathing strange. Heartbeat is faint, now it's Auf Wiedersehen. I'm not German, but the wheels currently turning on my mama's automobiles certainly are. While y'all prefer to be hard, memories of my dog's wake is hurting me, y'all. The windows to his soul closed, saw his curtains be drawn. Best beware, don't you dare go laugh at the tragic passing of somebody's son by somebody's gun. Give a fuck if you ops when dissing the dead. The karma tends to come at you hot. I promise you. Pray for forgiveness. The Lord's wrath can astonish you.
Who is it about? Sorry, I'm reading quietly. It's not what I'm supposed to be doing when I'm making a recording, right? I knew a buddy caught that body, but hell, I probably shouldn't tell, or else well, whatever. Maybe it's not. It don't matter. Let's keep going. Great. Fuck Gucci. Fuck Louis. Fuck shit. Yeah, it's fucking garbage. It's overpriced garbage. I can't believe it's popular. I can't believe people throw money at it. I can't believe people think it's cool. I can't. I don't get it. It's like thinking wrestling is real. It's just fake as fine. Anyway, whatever. I'm not gonna rant. I'm not gonna be an old man. I'm not gonna rant. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. Got a soft spot for the man up above. East side, west side, show me love. Someone that's close to me is facing time. My mind's racing for some way to find. Hope that he may be fine. He got a son the same age as mine. I can't imagine spending days in a cage, not raising mine. These are the years with our kids where we strengthen bonds. I paid his bond, but the trial's coming. Your rain or shine, I know his child love him, but he's too young to understand it if the outcome is incarceration. The charges facing bring the possibility of long vacations and complications with his baby mom. She daily crying, saying her heart is vacant. He trying to make it work, he wanna fake it. He praying now, even threw some gospel on his playlist. Tears fall to Marvin Sapp, never would've made it. Man of a brother.
Jesus, man.
East side, west side, show me love. Niggas duck shots and some niggas catch slugs. North side, south side, show me love.
I feel like this album is almost throwing me into existential crisis or some shit. Like I was sitting here thinking to myself, I'm listening to these songs, I'm hearing all the words, I'm understanding all of them, and at the same time, I feel like I'm not listening at all because I feel like I'm like just at this other level, this other place. Because again, I feel like these songs have two layers to them, and it's the direct story that he's telling us, but in the story that he's telling us, J. Cole is also telling us all the shit that he's thinking about. And I'm trying to put a finger on like why is this clicking the way that it is? Maybe it's just because J. Cole cares about the things that I also care about. So maybe that's why this feels different. But I've never really gone through an album before where I feel like I'm going through the same thing the artist is going through in a sense. And not because I am, because I'm not, but because the story that's being told is being told in a way that pulls me into this person's life. And this story he's talking about, man, someone's close to me facing time, mind's racing for a way to find some hope that he may be fine. He's got a son the same age as mine. I can't imagine spending days in a cage not raising mine. Fuck no. I would kill myself. I would find a way to kill myself, probably. If I was locked up in prison for a long time and I couldn't be with my kid, I wouldn't be able to handle it. That shit would fucking destroy me. These are the years with our kids where we strengthen bonds. I paid his bond, but the trial's coming, rain or shine, I know his child love him. And so, like, that story in itself is its own thing, right? And that's easy to understand, and it's easy to understand the stress and all that shit that goes with it. But, like, it's, to me, it's just another example. It's like J. Cole is living his life, and it's like his eyes are opening up, and he's just seeing everything different. Holy fuck. It's like so there's one time I used to do desert races on dirt bikes when I was younger, and there was one race I was doing. Desert, obviously you don't get a lot of rain, so usually you're dealing with a lot of dust and shit. And so when you're chasing people down, you're trying to pass them, it's hard because when you're right next to them, right behind them, there's just fucking dust, you can't see shit. But it's a race, so you just go, right? I remember out in fucking Lucerne Valley, it was loop 2, hauling ass behind these two guys. There's two guys, and I mean, it's not like I was a pro racer, so I mean, I say hauling ass. It was fast for me. It was fast for us, right? But I was behind two guys, and I was catching up to them, but it got dusty, and it was kind of like this rolling hill, and there's some rock and shit. And I got up on them, and then they kind of like they were racing each other, and I was trying to get by both of them, and the trail was narrow. And it's just fucking dust, and really, what I was doing, I couldn't see the trail. That was all dust. So I was just watching their bikes. I was just following their bike. And if their bikes did this, then I knew, okay, there's like some whoops and there's rock or who knows, right? Going. And I remember going, and I just remember seeing something go right by my fucking front tire. Through the dust. And just thinking to myself, that almost got me. that whatever the fuck that was, and I don't know what it was. I'm assuming it was a rock, but man, it just went right by my front tire as I was just wah in the desert. And that was that was 25 years ago. Something like that, right? Probably more than that. I remember that. That seared into my mind. And I feel like that's what J. Cole is like doing. He's living his life, and as you get older, I don't even want to say as you get older, because age is a part of it, but it just takes time to learn yourself and know what you want and finally realize certain things. And I feel like in this album, especially the second half, as he's realizing things, holy shit, you start to see how close this came to being, and how close I almost came to ruining my marriage, and how close I almost came to not being able to raise my kids, and how close, like, all of a sudden you just see all these things different. And I feel like that's what's happening with this album. He's telling us these stories, but in telling us these stories, he's really telling us, this is how I see the world now. And it's like, it's fucking totally changed who I am as a person. It's making me want to fucking completely back away from everything and just stay inside the house and not go out anymore. Like, in a sense, right? With this back half, I will say this too. People talk about the album's boring and I'm not going to come back to it and all this other shit. I get that from a music point of view. Like, I am not really pulled in by the music. I feel like I'm not even listening to the music. I feel like I'm just listening to a story. But it's a very impressive story. I don't know, man. There's something happening here to me personally. Listening to this, it's just fucking pulled me in completely. And really too, like, if you ask me, well, what's your favorite song? I don't know. I don't really have any songs on here that I'm like super duper excited about. This isn't to me. I listen to this and I don't go, oh, here's some great singles to put on. This is a retirement album, and it's fucking really well done from that point of view. If you're trying to get entertained by it, probably not. Let's keep going. What the fuck, man? This is like kind of blowing me away a little bit, kind of fucking me up a little bit too, in a good way. It's great. It's great. Here's 8. I Love Her Again. J. Cole and Jake One are producing. Did I even finish the other song? Oh yeah, I did. Okay. I'm so like way up into like this mental atmosphere that I don't even know what the fuck's going on anymore. But here's 8. I Love Her Again. 5.5 minutes, a little bit longer.
I never knew a la like this. Gotta be something for me to write this. I never knew a love like this. Gotta be something for me to write this. Back when I was just a jit hanging on the strip, she's the girl that I would see in every nigga's whip. I was much too young to truly know what constitutes the difference between a girl next door and a prostitute. I heard some older brothers say they knew her from before. She lost the common sense when niggas brought her out on tour. She's all about the money now, they labeled her a whore. I heard what they were saying, but to me she seemed pure. I showed a picture to this kid like, help me find her, yo. He looked and said, man, she just left a little while ago. I saw her with some luggage on the way to JFK. When I asked what she was doing, she said moving to the A. Moving to the A.
The fuck?
Alright, come on, get her. I never knew a la like this.
Curious where this song goes in terms of storytelling.
It's funny how the tables turned several years later. These would be the same dudes that started saying shit was cap. But I was still in love with her, I couldn't hide that fact. I found her on the internet, kept up with her like that. I sent a lot of messages, she finally wrote me back. When I dropped the mixtape, she said she liked the way I rap. And that was all I needed, booked the flight and it was on. The first night I'm striking like some lightning in a storm. The more noise she made, it's like the better I perform. But it was more than sexual, we had a deeper bond. To both of them she said, you're the best I ever had. And the whole time that bitch was saying that type of shit to me.
Yeah. Sure. Is there another verse?
Something for me to write
There
this.
is.
Gotta
Yeah.
be something.
I'm very curious to see where this goes. Because I'm thinking, okay, is this about the wife? Because I would be kind of surprised. I don't know. Because I was thinking the wife is the girl from the club, the one that got away, and then he shows up at the club and she's there. Oh, and I found her. I finally got the one that got away. Type of thing. Let's keep going. I mean, I'm really just kind of sitting here listening. I feel like I'm being a bad reactor, but I guess in a way, like sitting and listening to the story is in itself its own reaction, right? Like, I know I haven't said shit about the production. I haven't said shit about the rapping. Like, I'm just so beyond the music. I'm here for the story. That's really what's going on. I'm here for the fucking story. It's a hell of a story so far. The whole album. And now, like, this song, I'm like, well, how the fuck is this going to end? What's this about? Who's this about? How's this going to end? But I like this part at the end. She said, I got to tell you, I've done rocked a lot of fellas. But with you, there's something special. I think you could be the one. Now, when it comes to love, jealousy will often creep. That type of games is why two of my homies start to beef. To both of them, she said, you're the best I ever had. And the whole time, that bitch was saying that type of shit to me. So can you believe her? There it is. There's the question. All right, let's keep going. Let's see how the song ends.
I never knew what love like this.
I'm not gonna read ahead. I'm not gonna cheat. I'm not gonna read ahead.
Gotta be something for me. I'm thinking it's the bitch that used to tell me be yourself. All of a sudden for the wealth, she's becoming someone else. That's when I realized as I started looking back, the older that she gets, the younger she be trying to act. In fact, I'm thinking that's gonna always be the case. As long as she's alive, it's younger niggas that she'll chase. But I was in my feelings, so I called her out her name. Like, bitch, you dead to me, and why the fuck you gon' change? She screamed, you got the nerve to say that I switched. You turned me from your main thing to your side, bitch. It seemed like every day you was blowing kisses to me. But years went past, now you don't even listen to me. But yo, I need to stop judging and accept her. The problem from the start is I was just trying to possess her and have her for my own. Didn't want to let her roam. Mama said you should have known she was like that when you met her.
But la like this.
Ha.
Kinda like that when I met her.
Gotta be something
I guess
for
I
me
just
to
couldn't
write
see
this.
her.
La like this.
like this.
I'm very suspicious about the song and what it's about.
For me to write this.
Because part of me, a small part of me, wants to say it's about hip hop, but I don't think it's about hip hop because it's pretty specific. It's pretty obvious about a girl. But Kendrick did it. Danny Brown did it before Kendrick. These relationship songs, these love songs or whatever. But really, it's about the pen. It's about writing. It's about hip hop, that kind of a thing. But the OnlyFans, the Instagram, this is pretty obvious about a person. So something that stands out to me is this realization that he has about this woman and how all of a sudden for the wealth, she's becoming someone. This is what stands out to me the most about this song from a storytelling perspective. All of a sudden for the wealth, she's becoming someone else. That's when I realized, I started looking back. The older that she gets, the younger she'll be trying to act. In fact, I'm thinking that's always going to be the case as long as she's alive. It's younger guys she's going to chase. But I was in my feelings, so I called out her name, and they get going in this fight. Why the fuck you change? That portion of the story, to me, hits home in the terms of, what if J. Cole was worried? That's what he's going to do. As I get older, and they say this a lot. Artists say this a lot. Danny Brown said it. Rap a young man's game. You still doing this shit? You're 40. You're still doing this shit. And I wonder if this is another part of J. Cole, kind of reflecting, or not even intentionally reflecting, but like just seeing something in someone else that he does not want to see in himself. And if that's the case, this idea of the older I get, the younger I gotta pretend to be, and the cooler I gotta try to be, and I gotta look good, and I gotta stay fresh and young, and all this other shit. But that changes the person. You don't be you. I feel like that's kind of the part of the point of this story. The problem from the start, I was just trying to possess her. But see, there's other stuff too. I say that, but I shouldn't say that to make it sound like that's the only point of the story. Because that's not the case. There's other things happening too. But I just wanted to highlight that part because that jumps out to me in terms of this half of the album, this 39-year-old perspective, this person who's contemplating his career, this person that's seeing what could go wrong, this person that's seeing what is at jeopardy, what could be lost if he fucks up. And now here's another angle of, I don't want to be this person who's just getting older and refusing to admit that they're getting older, and I'm getting surgeries done, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that, and I'm trying to pretend like I'm still young when I'm not, and everybody fucking knows it, and it looks pathetic, and that kind of a thing. Now I'm not me anymore. Mama said you should have known she was like that when you met her. Let's click on this annotation. This line. Let's read the annotation. It's a pretty long annotation for one line. This line delivers the "I told you so" from the older generation, represented by the mama figure. It's the voice of the pioneers and OGs who have seen this cycle repeat for decades. She was reminding Cole that hip-hop has always been rebellious, unpredictable, and prone to crashing, to chasing the newest, flashiest thing. See, yeah, that was another thing actually I meant to say earlier was I kind of wondered if he was... That's why I was suspicious about it being about a woman. It's pretty direct here with the OnlyFans, but like it almost also did sound like he was kind of talking shit on like the new version of hip hop. I don't know though. I mean, I agree with the annotation. It's probably both. Anyway, let's finish reading the annotation, right? I'm like a fucking squirrel sometimes. Just to go this way. Anyway, by saying she was like that when you met her, she's stripping away Cole's nostalgia. He remembers a pure version of the culture, but Mama is pointing out that hip-hop was born from the streets, from the hustle, and from a desire to get rich and escape poverty. The OnlyFans or BBL era he's complaining about is just a modern mutation of the same survivalist attention-seeking spirit. Sure. I agree with that completely. Yeah. And so I think that ties into, he doesn't want to be that. He doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to be this person. He doesn't want to be this version. Again, I gotta find the off-ramp. Shorty Change, this is why it's all annotated, because it's about, the song is not about a girl. It's a metaphor. This has been fucking fun to go through this album. I'm so glad I did this in 2 parts. I would have not had the mental capacity or stamina or patience to sit here for 6 hours in one shot, basically. We're creeping up on 2 on this one. It's called I Love Her Again. But again, man, there's just been 2 layers to everything. And this one, it being about, whether it's about a woman, whether it's about hip hop, whether it's both, it's about him and him processing his career, where he's at, what he wants to actually fucking do. And you get to this final verse, man. I do not want to be. Yeah, I'm trying to make amends. We reminisce on old times, play the latest trends. As long as she's alive, I know I'll always have a friend. Thank God, I think I'm falling back in love with her again. So just with hip hop in general, but this, I really don't want to be this person that is fucking having surgeries and all this other shit. She screamed, you got the nerve to say that I switched. You turned me from your main thing to your side bitch. It seemed like every day you was blowing kisses at me, but years went past and you don't even listen to me. Songs. First I was defensive. That's how you sound. So many people fucked you. Your posters watered down. The more I thought about her quote, she was right. There was a time, and this is where the hip hop thing really shines through. There was a time when she was on my phone day and night, singing songs to me that I heard a time or two. Some were kind of old, some were kind of new. But you'll see how it is getting older, raising kids, all that spending time and listening to her is hard to do. I need to stop judging and accept her. The problem from start is trying to possess her. Definitely a metaphor for hip hop, but also the older she gets, the younger she be trying to act. I'm thinking that's always going to be the case. Yeah. Let's keep going. What If? That's called What If. It's track 9. Tay Beast, that's his name I'm familiar with. Beat Butcher, familiar with. T-Minus Wu-10 are producing. Here is number 9, What If.
It's for everybody out there that ever fell out with somebody you love. Fame is a motherfucker.
Fame is a
Look back and
motherfucker.
be like, damn. You didn't have to go like that. Yeah. What if? What if the bullshit never got in the way? You'll still be my nigga to this day. Saying what if?
I want to say something real quick. There's a song. I'm not a huge Blink-182 fan. They've got some songs I really like, but I don't really listen to a lot of their stuff. But they came out with a song a couple years ago, kind of out of the blue. And it's called One More Time. And it is fucking beautiful. And it's kind of this, you fall out with somebody and then, what if. But just listen to the song. It's a fucking amazing song. Beautiful song. I love that song. Just wanted to mention that.
What if the bullshit never got in the way? I still have my nigga to this day. What's up, Pac? I heard that record that you did that just dropped. It's bubbling, got me wondering when the love stopped. Hit him up, I'm like, maybe I should write you before shit go left. The streets is a bit upset. You claiming that you fuck my bitch, but check. Instead of escalating at a time when niggas say big, let's decimate them.
I saw something on Twitter where they're like, oh yeah, J. Cole's rapping like Tupac and Biggie on one of the songs. I wonder if this is it. Because it does kind of sound like Tupac-ish in terms of his vocals, like the little bit of the layer there, and he's kind of putting some pop into some of this.
While you was locked, I should've wrote you, but life happens. Promo, mad shows to do still. No excuse, I didn't do what I was supposed to. And maybe that's what provoked you to use your vocals to speak.
Oh, no.
No.
I've got it backwards. He's not rapping his Pac. He's rapping his Biggie right now. Right there, I heard it. And maybe that's what provoked you to use a vocal. The way he did that right there, that was definitely Biggie. So I fucked that up. I think this is the song, but he's not rapping as Tupac right now. He's rapping as Biggie to Tupac. Let's start over. Are we okay with that? We're going to start over. Not all the way at the beginning. Start the verse. Let's go back to the beginning of the verse. J. Cole as Biggie rapping the Tupac.
What's up, Pac? I heard that record that you did that just dropped. It's bubbling, got me wondering
he's
when
Biggie.
the love stopped.
Okay.
Hit him up, I'm like, maybe I should write you before shit go left. The streets is a bit upset. You claiming that you fuck my bitch, but check. Instead of
he's Biggie.
Escalating at a time when niggas say
Escalating.
let's decimate him. I'm telling him chill, cause although he violating in my heart, I could never hate him. I love you. I hope it ain't too late to tell you when you got shot. I came to visit you at Bellevue, but you were sleeping. They let me peeking.
This
and
is
maybe
awesome.
that's what provoked you to use your vocals.
That
to speak
provoked
my name
you
with a
to use
negative
your
tone.
vocal.
As you stared at the walls of that cell on your own. Wonder how long it be before they let you come home and get your money. Of course it's entertainment, but the world is full of ignoramus that view the rich and famous as either heroes or
this is
villains
cool.
with no
I love
feelings. Not knowing most drama only leads to more killings. Well, fuck that, nigga, I'm hurt. I miss my dog, I ain't gotta hide. If I hurt you, I apologize. What
So-
if I can turn back the hands?
So now I think the next one is where he is Pac to Biggie.
What if?
I think, for
What
sure.
if the bullshit never got in the way? Today was going to Vegas until I opened your letter. I cried through all of his pages, been trying to get it together. I'm coming out there and why? I gotta find you in person to look you dead in your eyes and let you know I've been hurting, been moving off pure adrenaline, never knowing for certain who's on my side and who's obliged for closing my curtains. So in the midst with clenched fists, I picked up the sword. I know there's money and violence, I know there's profit in war.
Yeah.
But see, I felt that you left me to hang. I gave you game. Rap for the bitches, I said. Saw you switch up your lane. Your content resembling mine, it brought you fame. I didn't complain. I cheered you on with no disdain. And at the same time, my destiny brought me pain. From kicking it with some venomous niggas, I know the same. Ones that you warn me about, I ain't listen. The trigger squeeze, my paranoia noticed you in the vicinity. So when they sentenced me, lawyers milked me for every penny. All I had inside that cell was my memory. I'll take the blame for it. For my mistakes, I couldn't take you getting slain for it. For falling victim to ego, vengeance, and dollar signs. I wanna say from the heart, I apologize. What if
I can turn back the hands of time?
What if?
Turn back the hands of time?
What if the bullshit never got in the way? You'll still be my nigga to this day. I'm saying, what if?
If I can turn back the hands of time?
What if?
Turn back the hands of time?
What if?
That's a fucking fantastic song. That's a fucking fantastic song, man. I want to overanalyze it, but I think really, what song was it? It was one of them. We've gone through a lot now, haven't we? But he was talking about, well, I remember Lonely at the Top, kind of looking up, reminiscing about the days of, being so excited about your favorite artists and having posters on the wall and all that kind of shit. But there was another song too where the lyric was more aligned with, what was it? Being hard because, that's how the greats, was it the first song? 39 intro? Might have been 39 intro. That's basically he was talking about listening to 90s rap and 90s rap telling him, to be hard, even though my heart was velvet and all that other stuff. So all that to kind of get back to, J. Cole looked up to Biggie and Pac. He listened to them. And so I'm coming at it from a perspective of an artist who's just reminiscing about two of the greats, and what happened to them. And the very beginning of the song, right? Fame is a motherfucker, isn't it? Yeah. Fame is a motherfucker. So this for everybody out there that ever fell out with somebody you love. Fame is a motherfucker. So it's an incredible song. I mean, he almost kind of fucking brings the two back to life in a way, man. But it does make you wonder, what if? What if this shit would not have happened? What if all this stupid fucking bullshit? Sorry for so many swear words. What if, And really I'm trying to come at it from J. Cole's point of view. Like, we all have our favorite artists and stuff. A lot of them are gone. Fuck, man. A lot of them are gone. What if they were still around? I wonder every now and then sometimes. What if Jimi Hendrix would have played guitar for another 30 fucking years? What would the landscape of rock look like today if Jimi Hendrix would have stayed around? That fucking guy, man, he could play some guitar. And, and maybe nothing would have changed. Who knows, right? What if Ozzy would have died 2 years in from crazy drug-fueled what have you, and then Sabbath never really happened? What happens then? It's odd to think about the directions that life goes because of certain things that happen or don't happen. But again, here's a guy who's 39 reminiscing on two of the greats and what happened to them and what could have been if they just, maybe shit doesn't go sideways. And then what happens to hip hop? What happens to the rap game if they're still around? What happens to hip hop if Biggie is still around? Because fucking Diddy, man, in his goddamn shiny suit bullshit, right? He wanted to commercialize so bad. And you could tell Biggie wasn't having it. I ain't wearing that shit, bro. But as soon as all that went down, things certainly changed, didn't it? But then, too, put that in perspective of him. What if I keep doing this? What if I keep staying in this fame game? He's thinking about Kendrick and Drake, all that bullshit that happened. Nobody got killed, but holy shit, some things got said, right? There's lawsuits flying around and all. I mean, it's kind of wild, isn't it? You know? J. Cole seems to be the type of person, I'm going to back out. He was smart to pull out from the beef. And I think now it's just a broader context of, you know what? I don't even think I need to be involved with any of this shit anymore, right? That was a brilliant song. What If? Brilliant song. I already want to listen to that one again. I'm so glad that I caught there was something, because I try not to read too much on the internet before I listen to an album, especially when it's new. But I was on yesterday just kind of poke around and seeing what people were saying about the album after listening to disc 1. And I do remember I saw at some point, oh, that was cool, that one song where he's rapping his Pac and Biggie. I was like, oh, okay. I'm glad I got it figured out because I had it backwards initially. But he did a good job sounding like Biggie a little bit. I feel like he did better at sounding like Biggie than he did sound like Pac. But cool fucking song, man. Okay, let's keep going. This is called Quik Stop. It is track 10. J. Cole, DZL, Omen, Wu-10 are producing, dropping into 10.
We need to change our ways, doing the same thing we did yesterday. Making beats, getting high, chasing freaks, feeling fine. It's still the same old shit, but I think we ain't gonna quit. Making a rhyme, climbing a hill, staying alive, trying to live. Once in a while, I get in my head too much. Just try.
Once in a while, I get in my head too much. I think more than once in a while, Mr. J. Cole. More than once in a while.
The voice message. Bruh, how the fuck you got so rich and yet you wear the same fits and pair of sneaks like every week? Cause I don't care to change shit. I'm like a creature of habit. Plus, what's the point burning bread when like a creek in your attic? I still be turning your head just to confirm if that dread-headed tall fella is cold. I try to walk with the hoodie, whether the weather is cold, whether the weather is warm. It's just to cover the form. When doing regular things, try to repel getting swarmed. But yesterday I was driving, trap music album did blast.
Trap music.
Took me back to a
I haven't heard
time
that
when
one
I
yet.
was down in my last. I never once was a stoner. The tank was taking so long to fill up. I thought it was broke. Could feel the curiosity coming from buddy that spoke. Right then he started to approach. Hey bro, you look real familiar. I said I get that a lot. As he got closer, it got clearer. Oh shit, that's cold, nigga. Wait, what you doing over this way? Bro, I was just 13 years old when I got hold of your tape. I tried to put niggas on, but they was slow to go play. Bro, you the GOAT, they didn't know then, but bet they know it today. I need a flip right quick, cause dog, I don't even know what to say. To make a dollar bill right now, I'm out here throwing bouquets, slinging flowers, but I play your arms and know it's a way. I played your shit when bro got hit, it helped me cope with the pain. I played your shit when mama tripped and I had nowhere to stay. I swear I feel like you was with me in my loneliest phase. I took a selfie with dog and gave the longest embrace, then looked him right in his face to let him know that this thanks was from a genuine place. Cause this continuous race to be the best will leave you stepping at a strenuous pace. Till you forget who you is and you forget who you ain't. Before you know it, you're trapped inside that picture you paint. This life is more than just rap, more than the bitches you scrape, more than the riches you stack. See, it's the difference you make. Yeah, it's the difference you make. Yeah, it's the difference you make. Yeah, it's the difference you make.
Fuck yeah, dude. There's a minute left on the pause. This is such a great track, too, because it shows, to me, that's a fucking beautiful story. I love the energy he's pushing with his vocals at the end. Fucker, he's got me emotional again. But the conflict here, right? I want to step away. I want to be at home with my wife. There's too much risk these days. It just ain't worth it. I've got my money. I don't need this anymore. I don't want to be famous. I just need to give this all up. But the shit still matters. He loves making the music. It matters to the people who hear it, But I think there's two parts here too. I think it's an internal struggle for him. It's hard to walk away from something when you can make a difference that matters. But also, too, I think he's trying to shout out, especially after I Love Her Again, right? trying to shout out hip hop. Hey, this ain't about, like you just said, right? It ain't about the bitches you scrape. Where is it? Where are we at? More than the bitches you scrape, the riches you stack. It's the difference you make. So it's not there's entertainment aspect of music. That's what's so challenging, I feel like, with hip hop specifically. And maybe not necessarily specifically hip hop. There's rock and shit too. They get into some songs where there's a message and all that. But just the entertainment element, right? How do you do both? And yet you don't have to. You certainly do not have to, but being entertaining in music is pretty important. Pretty important. Now, again, that doesn't mean all songs have to be entertaining. Like there's very sad songs that are very successful and popular because they're sad and all that kind of shit, right? But how do you do both? How do you get your message out in a way that people want to hear it? You know? How do you do that? I don't know. So I feel like he's going through a crisis in a sense because it's just hard, you know? Even I need reminders on my lowliest day that I should live in my purpose. If I deliver my verses and get the fuck out the way, I'll figure out what to say. I get the fuck out my way. Get the fuck out of my way. Get the fuck out of my own head. Stop worrying about it. Just do what I do. Just do it. This is a great story. The guy. What's funny is earlier he was talking about taking so long to fill up the gas tank. Like, bro, you don't need to fill up. Just get 2 gallons and go. They'll get you where you need to. They'll get you somewhere else to get gas. just squirt, and then fucking off you go. Right? Just get out of there. That's funny. I was just 13 years old when I got a hold of your tape. I tried to put people on, but they were slow to go play. You're the GOAT. They didn't know it then. Bet they know it today. Need a flick right now because, dog, I don't even know what to say. I make a dollar bill right now. I'm out here throwing bouquets, slinging flowers, but I played your albums and I know it's a way. I played your shit when bro got hit. Helped me cope with the pain. Played your shit when mama tripped and I had nowhere to stay. I felt like you was with me in my loneliest place. Oh, phase. So this is why I get emotional about it, because every now and then I get messages from people that are very, very touching. Very touching. And it's, it's nice. Sometimes I feel sad because people are, every now and then, somebody out there right now is going through some hard shit. No doubt. At all moments of the day, somebody's going through something, right? And so I find it very, flattering and very honoring to be able to be a person that can help in some way, as odd as it sounds. And the reason why it touches me so much is because I've been there too. I've been through things where just fucking going through it, and there were videos on YouTube that helped me. So to even be associated with something like that is very touching to me. Very touching. So I can feel this one. Plus, I love how J. Cole lets it just go raw in his voice. It's a difference you make. Fuck yeah, man. Let's finish it. We haven't even actually technically finished the song. Haven't finished it.
We need to change our ways, doing the same thing we did yesterday.
I like Quik Stop. I'm going to push back on his message a bit, though. We need to change our ways, doing the same thing we did yesterday, making beats, getting high, chasing freaks, feeling fine. It's all the same old shit. That's true. But I think it's important, too, to... I feel like rather than telling people, you got to change your ways, I feel like it's a better tactic to tell people instead, seek out some purpose. Find something you're interested in. And so and really it's kind of the same thing. It's just the other side of the coin, in a sense of, instead of telling people, stop doing this, kind of go, hey, do this instead, type of thing. And really what I'm talking about is with people and life, especially if it's just, getting high and feeling fine and just trying to live, trying to get by, and that's all it is, but it's the same old shit. Sometimes that's all people have. And, we all have our coping mechanisms for whatever it is that we're trying to deal with. And sometimes that's just all you have. And I'm trying to get better at not shitting on people for doing something I disagree with, because it ain't my life. It ain't my decision. It ain't my problems that they're dealing with. I don't know how they're feeling. So I'm trying to change my perspective on people. And if I have advice, I'm trying to be like, well, find something that you care about. Find meaning. Find purpose. Because I think when people find that, these coping mechanisms, they become a little less needed, because you actually just start spending more time and more energy in a place that is positive for you because you care about this thing, whatever it is, and you like doing it. And I think that's just a little bit more fulfilling, rather than, and it's just a better path to be on. And so, and I don't, who knows? Maybe this, we need to change our ways, doing the same thing we did yesterday. Maybe it's getting high, chasing freaks, feeling fine. Maybe this is more like he's criticizing hip hop in a general sense, maybe, and saying, let's make more music that has more meaning and more purpose. Maybe, I don't know. But just on a personal level, I think you got to let people live their life. And some people, unfortunately, they're gonna take a hard road, and that's just what it is, man. That's the game they're gonna play on this run. But I think too, as I just yammer on and on and on, I wonder too if he's actually trying to tell artists, you can find so much more meaning in your music when your music helps people. Maybe that's the story that he's trying to tell. This person, my music meant the world to this person, and I actually helped this person, and that shit means something to me. And you too can feel that if you put that in your music, if you put what you care about in your music. But again, the entertainment element, and sometimes people just want to fucking party and have a good time, and there you go. I think all it comes down to is there's really not a lot of wrong answers. A lot of different ways to live life. Some ways are a little bit more healthy than others. Some ways are more successful than others. Some ways end in disaster. But it's all a ride. It's all a ride, one way or another, man. I don't know. Great fucking song, this Quik Stop. What a fucking story. Dude, this album is just story. So great. Okay, this is 11. It's called And the Whole World is the Ville. Aziz the Sheikh is the producer. Drop it into 11. Here we go.
Love put me on the corner. Love put me in the street. Love put me on the corner. Love put me in the street.
What I rep to the death is where my steps were first taken. At that same time, my mom's felt the earth shaking under her. Her youngest son was a baby Godzilla, raised amongst the days and the crazy-eyed killers. The VILLE. Some of them sell cars, some of them sell weed, some of them sell pills, some of them sell keys, some of them sell grills, some of them sell studio time so that you can go rhyme using your mind to dream bigger than most do. Well, listen close, the perfect nigga to coach you is on the mic to ignite the Ville's first in flight. I'm a right brother, the hardest nigga on the mic, got a white mother. FAYETTEVILLE, FAYETTEVILLE.
Not really into the chorus. I don't really need a spelling lesson today, J. Cole, but thank you.
The where ciphers was football games, or at the skating rink wherever all the neighborhoods came. A lot of niggas carry razors and be hanging with gangs. But when I started rapping, I wasn't afraid of them things. I started killing niggas one by one. The crowd was getting bigger. When I got done, they said youngin' is a problem. But yet and still, we in an unknown city where no
Youngin' is a
record
problem.
deals had ever filled somebody's pockets. The motherfucking Ville, the Ville.
I really,
The motherfucking Ville.
I really don't like the fucking chorus. I really don't like the chorus. And it's not that I don't have a problem with him, calling out where he's from. I think it's great that he's representing the Ville and all that shit. That's fucking cool. I fucking hate this chorus. I don't want to listen to it at all. I want to hear the song. I want to hear the verses. I'm fine with everything else, but man, this chorus is like nails on chalkboard to me. I can't stand this fucking chorus. Love the end of this verse. Love the end of this verse. If they won't come to me, I'll go to them and make a profit. I took it up top. Now, can you visualize the optics? The only Southern person that New York ever adopted, a Queens person with the honorary doctorate, but still the Ville remains in my veins. I came to do what I claim I do to obtain. I can't even read it right. Was what was ordained unattainable for a person from the Ville. The crowd was getting bigger when I got done. They said, youngin' is a problem. But yet and still, in an unknown city where no record deals had ever filled somebody's pockets. That's when I clocked it. But man, this chorus is awful. I really can't stand this chorus.
At the Ville, the motherfucking Ville, from the Ville, the motherfucking Ville. F-A-Y-E-T-T-E-V-I-double-L-E. F-A-Y-E-T-T-E-V-I-double-L-E.
Awful. I can't stand it.
F-A-Y-E-T-T-E-V-I-double-L-E. Embrace the hurt, don't downplay your fears. It may take years, just keep your eyes on the road as you steer.
No.
Keep all negative peers in your rear view mirror. Cause most niggas is scared, they wanna be safe. And they gon' try to tear you down because you wanna be great. In order for there to be love, there's gonna be hate. Remember, this life ain't guaranteed. Talk to the mic for your therapy. Aim for the top, you'll be there with me from the Ville.
Okay, I'm not going to listen to the rest of it. But I like this final verse a lot. Especially since the song, the whole world is the Ville. And what's his message? He's trying to tell the youngins, you got to take a chance. It's going to be hard. It's going to take time. You got to believe in yourself. You're just like me. You're just like me. Embrace the hurt. Don't downplay your fears. It may take years. Just keep your eyes on the road as you steer. Keep all negative peers in your rear view mirror. Because most people are scared. They want to be safe. They're going to try and tear you down because you want to be great. I said people there, right? I don't even remember what I said. I think Jesus. Crack off twice in one video. I do feel badly for having slipped up earlier, but there you go. I remember watching one of the bands I really like is called Rush, and the classic rock band, and they made music for damn near 40 years. 40 years, I think. Over 40 years. I'm going to see them. I get to see them with my dad this summer in LA. We get to see them. I've never seen Rush live. I don't know if my dad's ever seen them either. We're both going to see them. My buddy of mine got tickets. I'm so excited. I get to go see one of my favorite bands who were done. They were done. They stopped. The drummer died, and that was it. They just kind of wrapped it up, and then they were like, you know what, we kind of want to do some shows again, and they found another drummer to play, and so I thought it was like over. I'd never get to see Rush play, and now I get to go see him with my dad. It was fucking amazing. Anyway, I remember watching an interview with them, and they were talking about in their early years, and they were struggling, trying to make it, and it just felt like, it was so hard. But then they said, looking back, like when you're in it, those couple of years, it feels like it's taking so long. You're working so hard, and nothing's happening, and you're going nowhere, and But then when you look back, it's all so fast. Like a couple of years is nothing. And it's true, man. It's true. But so I just wanted to share that with anybody who is like, especially when you're younger, a couple of years feels like a long time. But if you're in that spot right now, whatever it is, music, school, work, whatever it is, and you just feel like, fuck, I'm trying, nothing's happening, I'm not getting anywhere, nothing happens. just kind of remember you're kind of in it right now. You're in your fight. You're in your little war. You know, your personal. You're kind of paying your dues. You're going through whatever, however you want to phrase it, right? You're gonna come through. You're gonna get through that and out of that. And then when you look back on it, like I was in the Navy 6 years, and that was a stretch of time. I was on the carrier for 4.5. The first year and a half is school, because it was the nuclear propulsion program. And it was a rough 4.5 years, but already a long time ago, you know? So it's not always, doesn't last forever, these struggles, this grind. Well, I don't know, the grind these days. It's getting harder and harder to get to a place where you don't have to grind, isn't it? But that's another story. In order for there to be love, there's gonna be hate. Remember, this life ain't guaranteed. Talk to the mic for your therapy. Aim for the top. You'll be there with me. From the Ville. And it's true. You know, as much as I'll complain about this country and the people who are running it, the people who own it, basically, and how much harder they're trying to make it for us, the fucking peasants, to succeed. There's still a lot of opportunity, man. Still a lot of opportunity. You just got to go for it. Got to go for it. Got to try. I talked to a friend the other day. I called him up. I called him back finally. A month later. Shit. I thought it'd been like a couple of days. I looked at my phone. No fucking way. It's been that long since he called. Called him back. He's going to move to Idaho, and him and his wife, like, fuck it, let's just go for it. They went up there for a wedding, and they had a great time, and they liked it up there, and his wife looked for a job, immediately found a job, immediately got offered the job that she wanted to get. So they're like, yeah, we're moving to Idaho. Fuck. Go for it. And he was like, that was his thing. It's like, fuck it, man. I'm still young. You know, and if it don't work out, okay, yeah, we can come back to California, I guess. I don't want to come back to California, but, you know, if it don't work out, then it don't work out. But he told me, I don't want to wake up 20 years from now and go, what if, you know? Yeah, dude, fucking go. We'll come visit. It's a 10-hour drive. Oof. We'll probably fly. We'll probably take the old airplane technology instead of driving the car. Although it would be fun to get the dirt bikes up there, because where he's at, looks like there's some riding out there. That'd be fun. Okay. Odd, random tangent there. One last song. It's called Ocean Way. It is 2.5 minutes. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm sorry. It's a bonus. So I guess I should consider And the Whole World is the Ville as the closer for the album, or for disc 2. Much like Bombs in the Ville, Hit the Gas was the closer for disc 1, and then Lonely at the Top was a bonus. 2.5 minutes. We got Ron Gilmore, David Linneberg, J. Cole, Wu 10 producing, dropping in track to a final track off the Fall Off. It sounds like those surfing videos where it's in slow motion and the wave is slowly breaking and you can see the mist blowing off and the palm trees in the back.
On a grassy knoll with the rifle in hand, Cupid cleans his little scope and calmly aims at a man. He had no plans of falling, dreams of balling, glorified car girls calling, and I brought a poem to share.
I would invest some other poems in the poem for that song.
Love is a candle it can rain after the storm.
Sounds like Seal. Love is a losing game. Amy Winehouse.
I love the more I get.
Cupid cleans his little scope, calmly aims at a man who had no plans of falling off, dreams of falling, glorified call girls calling, numb to strength. Love's endorphins, lust engulfing, yeah, I'm lost in here, but I'll find my way, I swear. Through all the fog, I stare, dropped off this cross I bear, and chopped off my head. What's the deal with that? Here's the annotation. Let's see if we agree. How about this? I'll just disagree now and then read it. Since it doesn't matter, right? I always just disagree. J. Cole is saying his head got chopped off by his peers about his dream as a young kid to become an artist. But it's also referring to King Louis XVI getting his head chopped off to the French Revolution. J. Cole is saying he's the king of hip-hop genre. I don't know about that. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't know where you're getting that from. Dropped off the cross I bear. I feel like that's J. Cole, like, okay, let's put this down. You know, I don't need to carry hip hop on my back. Chopped off my head, tossed it back there somewhere. Now I'm headed home. When he says chopped off my head, I feel like, the other head. So it's like a reference to lust, like no more lusting for fame, women, riches, all that kind of shit. I cut off my lust, tossed it back there somewhere. Now I'm headed home, my dear, and I brought a poem to share. And here's what it said. Love is a candle wick in rain. After the storm, we're still aflame. Love has been called a losing game. This better be a reference to Amy Winehouse. Yep. Oh, you know what? Could be a reference to the major line, loving you is a losing game from Duncan. I would assume Amy Winehouse, but maybe she's also referencing that. I didn't know that. I didn't know the other song. The more I love, the more I gain. It's really kind of odd to sit here and think that J. Cole is retired, or that this is the end, because something that I find interesting, especially in this current day of the music industry and streams and all that kind of stuff, is like this idea of retirement. Like, I can understand the desire to no longer want to go on tour, to no longer want to do promos and interviews and photo shoot, like all that type of shit, right? I get that. But if you're Jermaine Cole, you have resources, you got money, you got time, you can still make music. Like the idea, I'm sure the record industry, the record companies are all about, oh, you got to do this, that, and the other. But like, who's to say you can't make a little fucking EP and just put it on streaming because you felt like making an EP? And no, I'm not going to tour. No, I'm not going to promote it. I ain't going to do shit. I'm going to pull some fucking good old-fashioned Mac Miller. I'm just going to hang out in the studio that I have in my house. I'm going to make music, and I ain't going to let nobody come around, and I ain't going to go out. I'm just going to do it because I love making music, That's what strikes me as a very, it's a real possibility. So I find it odd, the idea of not making music anymore, fully retiring in that sense. Like, you don't have to do that. But whatever. No, the real question is how do I feel about the album in its entirety? I get why people are saying they're bored. I get why people are saying they're underwhelmed. I get that. And especially if you're in the younger audience category, and not to say that if you're younger, you can't enjoy this or you can't appreciate it. I don't want to say that. That's fucking dumb. But if you were looking for bangers, you didn't really get any. There's not a whole lot of like high energy. And please understand when I say this. When I'm talking about high energy, I mean like shit you just want to like get pumped up to, I don't really think of anything like that. Now, I do think the songs on here are all pretty fucking great. But it's in this other lane. It's in this other lane. It really is an assessment of his own life. And it's like this crossroads, turning point moment in his life. It's really what it is. It's like everything's been building up to this point, and it's like he's known, and he has known some. I don't know the details, but like apparently some of these songs were written years ago. He's been mentioning the fall off for a while, like in the off season it's mentioned, and like this is not something that is a surprise. And so the album, from that perspective, it does feel like somebody who, it's like it's like you're driving somewhere and you see something off in the distance and you're going that direction and you go, okay, here's that thing coming up. Here's that thing, whatever. Like maybe there's a traffic jam on the map or something, right? And you go, yeah, okay, yeah, we're going to have to deal with that when that comes up. We'll have to deal with that when it gets here. We'll have to deal with that when it gets here. And now it's here. The moment of decision, the moment of saying, I'm going to conclude my career has arrived. And so from that perspective, I feel like this album executes perfectly. Like, I'm done. And it's kind of cool how he did it. He shared all these different little stories that in combination create this mosaic of the big picture of who he is as a person, what he cares about, what he wants to do, what he doesn't want to do. And that's it. That's it. I think in terms of, I don't know. I haven't heard all of his music. There's more albums I'll react to in the future someday. But if I was going to ask for anything more from J. Cole in terms of like a retirement album, yeah, maybe just a couple of big like hits type of songs. But man, if it is a retirement album, if you're doing that as an artist, if you're walking into that intentionally, kind of like Jay-Z, right? Like my first song is my last song type of thing. You got to make what is important to you. And two, it's kind of funny because he didn't outright try to tell us this is why I'm retiring. I think why is because you can just straight up say shit and people won't hear it anyway. So instead he just kind of left all these little stories, all these little hints, all these little breadcrumbs to follow if you want to follow it, if you want to. So if you do follow it, it's pretty fucking clear. If you don't, well, okay, you got some songs with some stories and shit. I'm very glad I broke this up into 2 parts. It let me appreciate it a lot more. I think that's another problem people are having too, is there's not a lot of like bangers, and it's an hour and 40 minutes long. And so if you're trying to sit down and listen to it so you can assess it, so that you can share your opinion online, which it was cracking me up fucking yesterday, seeing people, they're already posting their opinions on the album fucking, 12 hours after it's been out. Hour and 40 minute album and we already have our opinion 12 hours later. Okay, sure. Okay. I'm glad I've taken it into 2 parts. I think I'm going to do that with Disc 2. I'll make a Disc 2 playlist. Listen to Disc 2 a couple times. Disc 2 is much slower. But I feel like the storytelling really fucking ramps up on Disc 2 big time. Big time. And so I want to listen to it again. Quik Stop was great. What If is really fucking good. I Love Her Again was cool. Life Sentence and Only You are good songs, but I don't really... Okay. Like, they're very straightforward, and I get them from a straight point of view. I get them from, like, a storytelling point of view, too. But they're pretty, like... They're too happy. I just don't want this much happiness in my ear right now. They're cool songs. What was the one with the chorus I hate? Oh, The Whole World is the Ville. I'm not listening to that one again. That chorus is awful. Awful chorus. Oh, God. I hope I can post, maybe I'll post a review. I've been battling reviews. I've kind of stopped doing additional thoughts. Not really wanting to. When the year started up again, I was like, I'll get back into additional thoughts. And I wanted to do one with the Mac Miller album, and I wanted to do one with, there's another one too. And I just, fuck, man. Time goes by, and then I forget, and then I start listening to other shit, and then I forget. And it's like, fuck, man. And I think to myself, okay, yeah, I want to post a review on this. But then really what's been going through my head lately with new albums, because it's fun to post reviews for new albums. I just don't fucking care. I don't care. I like everybody else's experience with an album has nothing to do with my experience with an album. If I like it, then I listen to it. And if I don't like it, I don't listen to it anymore. And most of the shit I like, and I don't listen to it anymore because I don't have enough time because there's so much music. I'm listening to all this other shit all the time. Like there's always so much to listen to. And so like with reviews and stuff and everyone's sharing their opinion on what they think and everyone's like rushing to be the first one to have the opinion, it seems like these days. And like I don't even want to share my opinion because it doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. I don't even give a shit what I think about the fucking album. It doesn't matter. If you don't like it, great. Stop bitching about it. Listen to something else. If you like it, great. Awesome. Congratulations on a wonderful double disc album from J. Cole that you can enjoy over and over again. You know? I don't understand this need for debate on music, but whatever. Pretty impressive storytelling. It really sucked me in. I get why people are bored with it. I'm not really bored with it. I listened to disc 1 a bunch yesterday. I'll do the same thing with disc 2 today. Curious to see in the future, 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, will I even listen to it all the way through top to bottom? I don't know. I mean, it's hard to find an hour and 40 minutes of uninterrupted time to listen to something top to bottom. I don't know if I'd listen to this top to bottom. It's just because of the length. It's a fucking double disc album. It's a long run. And I think, too, something that will be tricky with this album with the average J. Cole fan or just average hip-hop fan is there's not a lot of bangers to bring people back, And so it's one of those things where it's an incredible story to hear. It's an incredible thing to watch unfold. But in a way, it's almost like a great TV series where once you've seen it, okay, you've kind of seen it. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. Good shit though. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening to it. I really appreciate and respect J. Cole and the things that he cares about and the things that he says. And I know a lot of people think he's corny and cheesy and lame and whatever. Okay. You do you. But it's nice to hear somebody talking about appreciating their wife and wanting to take care of their kids. And this is not a thing against hip hop. This is just in music in general, It's just cool to hear someone say, I don't really like this fame shit, and I kind of would rather just stay home. Because you just don't hear that very often. And that's something I can connect with. Fame sounds awful. I love being at home, except for the times when I'd rather go dirt biking. Then I just go dirt biking or skiing or what have you. Okay, I'm rambling. I'm officially rambling. Take care, y'all. We'll see you soon.